What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. Now we are back down here at the compound, I guess you could call it, near the fish factory that we're gonna make our base at. I've gone ahead and already set a flag here, and then I offloaded all of our stuff from the truck into the tractor right here, just as some temporary storage. So we have just kind of our essential gear here. Um, I went ahead and ditched the katana. I'm gonna try the trainer's axe, I think, just to see how it does. Just because the katana degrades so quickly, and so I would like to see how the axe does. But we do have a newly sharpened big axe for cutting down whatever we need to cut down, and we have the truck to move timber. So the first thing that I want to get started is a garden. Just from the standpoint of once we get that built and planted, then it can just kind of do its own thing and work for us. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, that's west, and that would be east. So I'm trying to figure where would be a good place to put the garden. Honestly, right here wouldn't be bad, except that you can drive the truck through this hole in the wall here. I don't know that we will, but um, I'm trying to find a good, relatively flat spot. Over here by this wall would probably work fine too. Realistically, it's a little sloped, but said this over here is kind of by the well. I mean, we could just put the garden. Here's the thing: I have no idea how big of a garden to plant, but I want a decent sized garden. So why don't we just maybe kind of start it? I don't know that I want it all the way up against the wall. Just because then that part of the garden later, well, I don't know, it probably wouldn't be because it's going to be shaded by that before it ever gets shaded by the wall. Say that. Um, thing I don't want it right up against that wall. So let's maybe go shimmy that just a wee bit. Let's start it about there. And then why can't we expand this way? What the hell? Why is it saying I can't expand that direction? What? Why can I not expand? Can't. What do you mean I can't reach? I'm right here. God, you gotta love how buggy SCUM is still. Now, each section, like each thing that you can go that way is what, 2 plots, I think? You piece of crap. Can we just not go up against the wall with it, or what's the issue here? I do not know. Let's place the pivot and then. Why is it saying I can't read? Is the ground just slightly too sloped or something right there? Ah, is it not touching ground there or something? Okay, well then what if we start it over here and go the other way? Does that work? But that works better. Okay, so it was just that it was too high off the ground. It's not centered there and it's bugging the crap out of me. We'll start there, and then we'll just go and you have to make the noises or it doesn't work properly. Now, I have it set, too, to where we can do multiple gardens. Let's just start with that. That seems like a pretty decent little starter size. What all we need? Nails, smackerdo, planks. Okay, that's what I figured. I have none of those things on me currently. I really wish that the axe would count as a smackerdo. For those of you that don't know, smackerdo means blunt instrument in Flaelish. Because, I mean, look at it. It essentially has a hammer on the back end there. Why can you not use that? I mean, realistically, you could pick up just literally a rock. Actually, does a rock count? I'm curious. That'd be fascinating if a rock, just a plain old rock, counts. No, it does not. Drat. Fine, then. I know I could make a stone hammer or something like that. Actually, I guess what does that take? I don't craft these stone tools very much. What do I need? Stone, stick, rope. Okay. Well, we can get stick and rope from here, and then rocks from everywhere. So, a long wooden stick. Ropity-doo. How does one do the ropity-doo? I know how you make rope. I'm just trying to remember how many small sticks you need. There we go. Make one of those. 4. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Alrighty then. Now, where's the rock that we threw? Never mind, we'll just go from there. Beautiful. Boom. Smackerdoo. Beautiful. Okay. So now we've got a choppity chop and a smackerdoo. We're not going to get any kind of planks out of those. We're going to need to actually do trees, huh? Fair enough. Well, let's go load up on some trees. There's a good cluster of them across the road there. Trees, I meant logs. I mean, I guess there were trees inside the thing there, but that's okay. We're already out here. Woo! Hit the wrong button. There we go. Perfect. You know what? I want to use this tree because it's this really curvy shape. That would make for some really good boards. That would make for some perfect boards. You betcha. I hope the truck is close enough that I can just load them directly into the truck. No, of course not. I might be able to if I'm... Yeah. I had to take one more step. I don't think we need the branches right now. We'll leave that. No, we won't. Let's see. I know this one will work. He's really good at hitting that tree, isn't he? We're using some psychic powers there to cut down the tree. Man, that's unfortunate that we're only getting 4 logs out of each tree. The chainsaw is back up, way up there at the other base. So that sucks a whole lot. A lot of the stuff that I needed for doing some of this is up there. We have a lot of seeds up there for doing this garden. So we're going to plant what we have, which is probably not a lot. And then I'll make a trip back up there. You guys, I'm not going to make you guys watch me just go all the way back up there just to get seeds. And, well, actually, just to move all of the inventory. Hey, there we go. We got a better number there. Beautiful. Now, what do you guys think on this place? Should we go ahead and build a perimeter wall, or do you think we're good enough without it? Because I'm not sure. Okay, well, hang on. We didn't need all the logs at the moment. We need planks. So this'll suffice for a good bit. Oh, yeah. Well, let's get... Nah, let's just go with this for right now. I need to make some storage for more materials. But anywho, yeah, yeah, there we go. It's a little rough getting the truck through there, but it does work. I find it interesting that for the garden, you don't need any kind of dirt or anything. So you're just using whatever dirt is there. So you're basically just building a box on the ground and then using whatever dirt is available, which is nice, but in a spot like this is very rocky stuff. So you probably wouldn't want to use that dirt necessarily. Wait, what was this? Oh, fill with improvised hammer. Okay. Yep, do that. Smack or do. You know what? I don't trust you to be in the correct spot, so you get over here. That's probably also not going to work out very well, but that's okay. Plankify. I don't know how many planks we're going to get out of this, but not enough. 4. Really? We only got 4? The hell? Oh, damn it. So you guys are still here. Okay, I haven't... Fair enough. You guys remember me saying that for whatever reason my server settings got changed to match the Wolfpack server? I mean, yeah, see, I can pause this. This is definitely single player, and this is my single player character. But for whatever reason, after the live stream this past weekend, all of my single player settings... The hell? Why can I not... I've noticed this bug lately, just like since this most recent update. Sometimes the inventory on vehicles especially will bug out, and I have to move away from the vehicle and then come back, and then it fixes it. I don't know why, but I've noticed that recently. It's kind of frustrating, if I'm honest. Okay. Plank. Now, how many of you stack? Okay, good. All 3 of you stack. Fantastic. Good, good, good. Now... Need nails. I know I have just some loose nails in here. I did not organize any of this. I just chucked all of it into the truck. Or into the tractor. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. But yeah, see, we had a smackerdoo in here with the crowbar. I need to go through and organize this stuff. Oh yeah, I was going to switch to that thing if we can get some magazines for it. Also, I did a little bit of testing. Just since this is probably going to be a boring episode, it's just going to be me doing some base building stuff. Some of you guys like that, some of you don't. Ow, poop. But I did some testing back at the airfield and in the surrounding towns before coming down here. With the NPC settings, I set the puppets down to 0 and maxed out the NPCs. I maxed out all of the encounter settings to where there should be the maximum number of, NPCs that spawn per encounter, and it didn't seem to make any kind of difference at all. I mean, like, none. There was no difference. In fact, at the airfield, I ran into 3 NPCs, all in one hangar. But I mean, heck, I've run into bigger squads than that. Just with the settings that we have with the puppets. Oh, that's gonna frustrate me. That's fine though. Okay. No, don't destroy the garden. Now, what do we have for seeds? I don't even know what we have for seeds. Probably don't have much for seeds, actually. On us here, anyway. We might be able to get seeds just from miscellaneous foods. Okay, pumpkin, sure, we'll take those. Can I plant Pop-Tarts and get, grow a Pop-Tart bush or something like that? That'd be nice. Garlic, yes. Definitely wouldn't plant garlic. Cheese, I can't plant cheese. Or raisins, I can't do that. Or tea, drat. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. What do I have in here? Oh. That was the stuff I got off of the NPCs. It was those 3 1911s. That was it. That's, like I said, it was very disappointing. So, suffice it to say, I don't think we're going to bother with a no puppets, NPCs only type of run. Unless they fix that, because, damn, I mean, it was empty. Not going to be in that. It was completely empty. Cherry seeds. There we go. Watermelon. Hey, apple. Yes, we'll take some apples. Give me some seeds from that. Perfect. Yeah, blueberries. Can I get... Oh, I can't do seeds from blueberries, huh? Darn. I don't suppose I could just plant the blueberries. Ooh, tomato. Yes. Like any fresh food that we have on us right now, I'm just going to collect seeds. Hey, where did... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. There's one right there. Perfect. Okay, that's just another apple. We have apple seeds. Okay, I mean, that's enough to get us started for now, right? Right, okay. So, do we have any other things that might have seeds or food or anything like that? I want to plant the lead plates. Can I... Oh, let's see if we can plant bullets. Grow a bullet bush. That would be really handy. Ooh, cucumber seeds. Perfect. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, well, heck, we had tomatoes. We had tomatoes. Darn it. Wasted a perfectly good tomato to get the seeds when we already had a bag of them. Well, poo. That's fine. Anything else? Ooh, potatoes, yes. I think that's it, because this... Grapefruit. Yeah, I can't get seeds from you. Kiwi. Can I not grow any of these? There we go. I can... Do some pears. I don't know, just the fruit. Is it worth growing this stuff? I mean, you got some decent vitamins. Oh, I can't plant bananas. Oh, I can't plant pineapple either. Well, drat. Can I plant the energy drinks? No. Darn. I can plant a can of baked beans. You know what? We have the garden space. Let's go ahead and whatever we can get seeds from, let's do it. Just because. See, I don't get why some of the fruits you can plant and some you can't. You know, I don't get that. Anywho, I think that's all that we have for food stuff. Whoop, nope, we got peppers. Excellent. Okie dokie. Well, that's probably all that we have space for in the garden anyway at the moment. But what I normally do with the gardens is I'll plant like 3 plants because if you have, let's see, how do you? I'm trying to remember, how do you get like there we go, the overlay there. Okay. Now, I don't like the planting animation. Why is this the planting animation? That's not how you plant things. That's like throwing chicken feed out. You're planting one seed in this plot, maybe a couple of seeds, in this one plot. You would just, dig out a little hole, put the seed in, cover it back up. You could do it in about 10 seconds, and you wouldn't do it like this. So I'm confused, and I kind of dislike the planting mechanics in SCUM. Now, how many plots do we have right here? Looking at it, it looks like we have 3, but we'll see. I think this is 3 deep. That's what I was going for. And what I was going to say before I interrupted myself is I go with 3 because that's what you get out of, each little handful of seeds. You typically get 3. And so what I'll do is when I harvest, I will take one of the plants, get more seeds from that. So you get another full row of seeds from one plant, and then you have 2 plants left over to eat. So that's just the way that I typically do it. These are peppers, right? Yep, okay. Again, I apologize. This is probably really boring for you guys. But I don't know that you guys have ever seen me do a garden before, because I don't typically do one. But I really want to get more into this kind of stuff this season. We've got a good place to grow food now. We've got unlimited fresh water over there. We're going to do a lot of fishing. Now, some people on the multiplayer server have said that the fishing is currently broken. So we're going to find out. I don't know if it is or not. But, why? Why is that so odd? That bugs the crap out of me, and I hate it. Okay, so that was peppers. Let's go spinach next to the peppers. Sorry, this does take forever to plant these, and it really shouldn't. I mean, you've already built the planter box. This is loose dirt now. So you really ought to be able to just go in with your fingers, dig out a small hole, just a very shallow, small hole, put the seeds in, cover it back up, boom, it's done. It would take Like I said, 10 seconds. And it wouldn't look like this. So I hope that they fix that. Or just make the planting faster, you know? But anyway, I usually just do one, like, row. That's why I like doing the gardens in, 3 wide like this. So you just do one row, and then, like I said, you get one plant to use for seeds for replanting, and then two to keep. So it seems fairly efficient. And then I just try to do however many rows for whatever it is that I need. Good lord, it's slow planting though. But we have all of the cookbooks. We have a mini fridge now. And I really, really want to get into the cooking. I want to get more into the survival aspects of the game. Which is why I bumped up the metabolism. We'll see. I may even bump up the metabolism more. We'll see. Right now, the metabolism is at a pretty good spot, I think. But, yeah, I want to get more into the survival aspects of the game. Because normally what I do is just do a lot of, looter-shooter type stuff in SCUM. But the whole reason I got SCUM in the first place was the survival aspects of it. You know? Tomatoes, apples. Okay, so I want to do all the fruit kind of down on one end. Ooh, pumpkins. Yeah, we can do pumpkins right there. Perfect. Now, hopefully the garden does well here. We do typically get a decent amount of rain, so I don't know that we're going to need to water it a whole lot. I will go. I've got a large gas can in the truck, so we'll probably, top off the truck, top off the track, fill the tractor, and then use that gas can to collect water for the garden here. So let me know if in the future you guys want to see more of this kind of base building. It is slow and tedious, so it's going to be just a whole lot of me talking to you guys while we do stuff. This is, I guess this is kind of the relaxed play style that I do a lot of off camera. Just living in the game. This is the stuff that you guys don't normally see. Let me know if you'd rather keep it that way, or if you're fine with seeing this kind of stuff and you're okay with these just kind of slower paced living life episodes, we'll call them. Now, obviously, the garden just is going to take a while, just because it does. But like other construction projects go a little bit faster in term. Hey, what the hell? I thought I had 3 of those. Did I not? Well, poop. Okay, then. Fair enough. So I only have 2 cucumber seeds, so that's unfortunate. Potato seeds. You know what? Let's go tomatoes first. So that is a bit unfortunate, but we're going to keep the empty plots towards the back because they're the most pain in the butt to get to anyway. What I guess I should have done is pulled the garden slightly further away from the wall so that we could get around behind it there to get to those, but whatever. I'm fine with doing it this way. Now, maybe the planting will go faster the higher my gardening skill gets. So, what we could do, actually, just to make this a little bit less boring. What is my gardening skill anyway? Do we even have gardening skill? I can't remember if we have gardening. Yeah, well, you got farming. Okay, it's a basic. Okay. Influences amount of harvestable produce, speed of each farming interaction. Okay, so yes, it would. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm going to do something here real quick. You guys may not agree with it, but I want to see what happens to see how much it affects things. I can use admin commands to set this skill higher. So let's see what happens if we do that. I'll be back with you guys in just a second because I don't remember the exact commands for doing this kind of thing. So I'll be back in just a second, guys. Okay. So I've now got our farming skill maxed out. So let's see how much of a difference that makes for planting. Really? It's still... okay. It's still pretty slow. Damn. Okay. I mean, it's better than it was, but... quite a bit slower than I was hoping for. Also, is it... what is with these wonky planting... oh, that... that bugs the crap out of me. Because the job that I had before... or well, my last job, I guess, I used to work on a farm, and we did row crops. And so I want things to be in a nice, neat row. And we do a garden here at home. And I'll go out, plow it. We have rows set up, and then you get shit like this. Sorry, it bugs me. You guys are probably like, easy, it's just farming in a video game. I know, it bugs the crap out of me when, what was I doing here? You just need the bag. Genius, you don't need to do anything else, you just need the bag. But part of that is I like symmetry. I really like symmetry. And so when you have stuff like that it's just like, yeah, that looks okay. That's not too bad. And then you have just this random one that's like, that doesn't fit with the rest of the layout. It bugs the crap out of me. Well, speeding up the gardening, or increasing the gardening skill didn't make a huge difference here. But it'll at least make it go a little bit faster. I guess my whole point is, if that's as much as it increases the speed, then I don't feel bad about using admin commands to get it up there, because that still doesn't make it go by quickly. It still takes about 5 times longer than it should. Maybe not quite 5 times longer, but it takes significantly longer than it should to put one seed in the ground. You know? Because, I mean, heck, even with a lot of this stuff, you could literally just, like, poke your finger into the ground. Just a little bit. Just make a little divot in the ground with your fingertip. Any other vegetables besides that? No, okay. Cucumbers. And we can only do 2 of the cucumbers, but that's okay. Hey, this is actually going to work out to be just about right, isn't it? What do we still got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe should have needed a little bit longer, but that's okay. We're only going to be short by a couple things. I definitely want the garlic. Like I said, the fruit, we may just hold off on doing either of these because we don't have the seeds for them currently. Hang about. Okay, yeah, that's the correct spot. And for those of you wondering, when we were in here before, and you saw the farming increase there, it was a pretty significant jump. I do have all of these skill gains boosted here because I don't actually get to play very much. I get, you know, an hour and a half every couple of days or so. And so if I had to actually grind out the skills on, the default. What the hell? Oh, you don't have the seed, stupid. It would take literally years for me to grind out my character. Like I would probably still have nothing at advanced or above advanced if I just did one single playthrough starting from back when I first started playing Scum, like 2.5 years ago, just to get my character up to, any kind of remotely decent thing. And so, and for the channel, I start a new character every few weeks, basically. Just because, whenever I start a new season, it's a new character. So the skill gains don't really matter a heck of a lot because I've never kept a character long enough to actually gain a whole lot in the skills if it's on default. So I typically run with the skill gains boosted just because this character is only going to last, so long. I'm not going to be playing this character for the next, you know, 6 months to a year. So I hope you guys understand and are okay with that. If not, you don't have to watch the channel. Um, but those of you that have been with the channel for a while, you guys know that I'm a very casual player. And I, restart characters a lot. So, and it's a single player, so it's not like it's affecting anybody but me. So, anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. So I try to be as open and honest with you guys about all the stuff that I do in the game or how I do things or whatever. Good Lord, is this whole episode just going to be planting the garden? Well, oh, drat, I forgot about the watermelons. That's okay. We'll deal with those. Actually, you know what? We might plant the watermelon instead of the apples. I don't know that I've ever done much with watermelon. And I have no idea how they are compared to the apples. But I know that apples are a lot easier to find. I think I've found maybe 2 watermelon the entire time that I've played Scum. But you find apples all over the place. So let's go ahead and plant the watermelon. And then we can do another garden plot or extend the garden for apples and whatnot. What I should have done is done one garden plot strictly for vegetables, and then another garden plot strictly for fruits. Anywho, watermelons. Okay. Well, we'll get this done. God, those rose bugged the crap out of me, and I hate them. But we'll get this done. We'll go get the plants watered, and then we'll kind of make a plan going forward from there. I need to make some log storage. I need to get a workbench up too. Workbench is one of the very first things that I need to do. Because I want to be able to craft ammunition, and I want to be able to maintain our equipment. And a workbench makes all of that easier. So let's try and kind of knock out the long-term necessities first before we go just, building. Because I still don't even know what we want to do as far as building here. Okay, we still have an MRE on us for food if we need it. Okie dokie. So we got that. Let's get... Can I put all of this stuff just up here? Just put it all in the truck. It'd be fine. Okay, let's go grab that gas can. I do want to get this tractor running, so that may be something that we work on. Hey, why is this chest out here? Because the gas can is in there, that's why. How much fuel you... Oh, you got nothing. Okay, let's top off the truck first, because it's the vehicle that we actually drive. So let's top it off, and then we will... Oh, okay, the truck ate up more fuel than I thought. That's fine. We need to get more gas cans for carrying water. Actually, what I'm hoping is that we don't need to do that. And that it's just going to rain enough here to keep the garden watered for the most part. Now, we can go right down here. Fill that. There's fresh water. Something I wish we could do with SCUM is set up some kind of irrigation system. Okay. See, for me, my brain always thinks, okay, you need to fill this up, dump it out, fill it, dump it, fill it, dump it, fill it, dump it. You know, do that several times to flush all of the remaining gasoline out of the can before putting it on the garden. Because if you just dump gasoline on these plants, it'll just kill them. You know, so my brain is always sitting here going, oh, you need to clean this out. Okay, now... Okay, yeah, there's no water. How do you see... Well, I know, yeah, I know I can water the plant. How... It used to... Oh, wait a minute. No. There we go. Okay. That's what I was trying to see. Because you can get the info on the plant for how much stuff it's got there. Okay. Perfect. Now. You don't need to... Yeah, so you don't need to, try and water the whole thing. Just water it for a few seconds. You know, they don't need to be just plumb full of water. You know, if you do it for, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds, it'll probably work out just about right. Yeah, that one may have got a little bit shorted. Yeah, that one got a little shorted. So did that one. Okay. I don't know what the optimal amount of water is for these, but... Whoop. Yeah, that's getting... Whoop, and we're just about out. Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and just dump the rest of it onto this one. What did you end up with? Yeah, you didn't end up with much. Okay. Well, that's going to take us a little bit, then, isn't it? I know we have a well back there. I don't know how much water's in the well. We'll check it after we fill this up here. I hope at some point they add actual animations for a lot of these things. I mean, this game is fully released now, and they don't have animations for a lot of stuff. Or the animations that they do have are, they leave a lot to be desired, let's say. Like, there's still not even an animation for sitting down or laying down on, a bench or a bed or anything like that. And for, like, filling water, you don't have anything. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I was gonna say, you have water already. What? Did you not get any water at all? How does it still not have any? Is it watered that one? That's why. Okay, fine. Well, let's see what kind of water we have here. 39. Okay, let's fill this and see how much we got after that. Because I had an issue with the wells in single player. This was a long time. This was before 1.0. But I had an issue with the wells not refilling in single player. Even though it was set to where they should. Oh, awesome. Yeah, see, that's why I don't typically pull water out of the wells, because one gas can will deplete it. That's a terrible well. Shoot. So yeah, I mean, you can, view the thing while you're watering. Okay, that's actually the smarter way to do it, I guess, isn't it? And I'll typically put in, my goal is kind of about 2,500 milliliters. That was not enough. Close enough. Which water we got? Not enough. Okay. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. We can go ahead and dump what we got anyway. We sure can. It didn't amount to much. I think 2 more cans, I think, will do it. But you see, this is why I want to build by the water. So you have unlimited fresh water. Because if you just rely on the well up there, well, we'd already be out of water. We would have been able to water, what, 4 plants? That's not enough. I think the metabolism is good where it's sitting right now, because we've we're losing water and food pretty quickly right now. So I think we're good. I think what we got for, I get, well, let's see. It didn't come out this far. Technically, we could have put the garden outside, outside the wall, I guess, but, and I'm stuck on a rock. Fantastic. Okay, so you've got water. You've got water. You stole most of the water from that one. That's why that one didn't get any. Use that, because otherwise, I don't want it to use my canteen first. Damn it, I didn't want to give that much water. Perfect. Yeah, because it's watering both of them at the same time. And I'm not real sure why. But whatever, it's fine. Damn. Okay, so we need one more can. And then we're good on the garden. Huzzah. Now, I don't typically use the fertilizer or the weed repellent or any of that kind of stuff. I've never personally had issues with it, but I haven't done the gardening a whole lot either, so we'll see. But for right now, just because we don't have any with us, I'm not going to bother putting any fertilizer down or using any kind of, weed spray or fungicide or anything like that, just because we don't have any. I think, anyway. I mean, I could go check the sheds, I guess. We got the silo over here. We got a shed over yonder. Yeah, I know you're hungry. We're gonna eat here in just a minute. You just hold your horses. Perfect. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I can't dump the water back into the well. That's unfortunate. Because we don't need that water now. And I would rather have the gas can for fuel. You shush. I'd rather have the gas can for fuel, personally. But that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and munch on this. And then we'll see. My plan is we'll probably put a chest or, a few chests or something over here to store more seeds, gardening supplies, etc. You don't. I'm not sure what you need things like the gardening hoe for, because clearly we didn't actually need it for doing anything. So yeah, I don't really know what the purpose of those things is. My guess is they originally had it to where you would need those for planting things, and then, like a lot of stuff, they just took that out in favor of doing a garden plot like this. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to build some chests over here with some gardening supplies, probably some fertilizer and stuff like that as well, just because. Trying to decide where to put the workbench. I think when we had this base on the multiplayer server, I think we had the workbench kind of just outside here right along the side of the house. But I could be wrong, because we did most of the stuff outside. We set up tents and whatnot outside, and just had most everything outside. And then kind of had the house for some storage. Dark in here. Oh, I forgot. This does not have a functional stove. That's unfortunate. Anywho, I'm trying to think where we could set up a workbench. Or if it's even worth setting up a workbench inside. Can we put one right there? Probably not because of that chair. We can, but it'll glitch through a bunch of stuff, and I don't like that. Okay. Now, I also don't know that I really want the workbench all the way upstairs. So I think maybe we will just do the workbench outside. The house is primarily going to be living quarters, cooking, you know, personal supply, so armory, that kind of thing. But, sorry, there's a bug on my face. But we could set up a workbench out here, I think. Maybe. Don't know if we need to build a floor or not. I don't think we do. So I'll tell you what, put the workbench kind of in the center here, because then we can put a few different storage things to the side. You know, to either side, to where we've got all the materials that we need for stuff. Okie dokie, scrap. Okay. Oh. Drill and rebar cutter. I'm not sure if we have those. The rest of the stuff, I'm pretty sure we do. The drill we have. I remember seeing a drill. I do remember seeing a drill. You know what? Move the truck closer. Actually, you don't need to drive. Well, fuck it. We're getting in anyway. Sorry. We're getting in the truck already, so heck with it. Okay. Let's see. Need 6 logs. Perfect. Okay, so there's the logs. The planks. Do that, and then make one of those into planks. Probably need to do 2 of them. Yep. Okay, plankify. I know we got the bolts. I know we got the scrap. I know we got toolboxes. So the question becomes, there's nothing in this frickin' truck because it's all in the tractor and I'm a stupid. See if we have a rebar cutter. I don't know if we do. That may be back at the other base. Are you a toolbox? Yes. Okay. I don't need you because we have other toolbox. Never mind. We don't even. Sorry. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Flaily noises, etc. There's a partial toolbox. Perfect. Now. I know for a fact that I saw a drill somewhere. Oh, let's see. You are scrap. Don't remember how many it said we needed. So let's take 20. Pretty sure we don't need that many, but we're going to take it anyway. You're not that. You're medical stuff. I'm going to be sad if we have everything except the frickin' rebar cutter. Because the rebar cutter is back at the other base. I know that. Okay, there's a drill. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have the rebar cutter. Damn it. Oh, that makes me sad. Okay, well, poop. Oh, we have a rebar cutter. Yes! Aha! And some bolts. Perfect. Ha 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 ha. Oh, happy flaily noises. Yes! Okie dokie, we now have a workbench. We'll see if it disappears. The one at the other base did. It despawned for whatever reason. So, hopefully that doesn't happen with this one. Hopefully the garden doesn't, get screwed up or anything too. God, that bugs me so much just how out of line these are. But anywho. I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. You guys probably all clicked off the video anyway, just because it's like, oh, well, this is just boring. He's just planting a garden. But it's kind of what needed to get done at the. Hey, did I put the yellow backpack in? Where'd the yellow pack go? Where did the yellow pack go? I need that. That has my scrap in it. Damn it. Did I put that in here? I don't. Yeah, apparently I put that in here. Okay. Fair enough. Anywho, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It not in there. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate you hitting that like button. We've got a lot of helmets and stuff. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd greatly appreciate you doing that. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps motivate me to keep making videos. Also, if you guys have suggestions on what we should build here or how we should design this base, any kind of layout suggestions you guys have, I am all ears. Because just kind of, what I'm going for here is just kind of an open floor plan. With an area like this, you're not as restricted to, build a house and try and fit everything in there. No, we have a perimeter wall around here. We have this house that we can use for just kind of general storage and whatnot. So I want your guys' opinions on how we should utilize this space out here. We've got the garden set up. We've got a workbench. What more can we utilize this place for now? So any suggestions you guys have, drop them in the comments. And, let's see. If there's just any other suggestions you guys have as far as stuff you'd like to see us do this season, I'm all ears, so please let me know if there's something you guys would like to see. And with that being said, I'm going to plug the links in the description. We've got St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked in the description, so if you would like to support either of those charities, please go check out those links. Then we have my Discord server, as well as the Discord server for the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server. It is the multiplayer server that I do all of my live streams on. It is a PvE server. We have player-to-player damage turned off, and player locks cannot be picked, so you don't have to worry about getting shot or robbed by toxic players. We try to keep the community relatively small, and it's just got a bunch of really good people in it. So if you're looking for just a nice chill PvE server to play on, come check us out. It's got pretty much the same settings as my single player stuff here. So maxed out puppets, maxed out NPCs, maxed out animals, slightly bumped up loot, no sentries, no drop ships. So yeah, if you like what I've got going on here in single player and you want to try that as a multiplayer server, or if you're just new to SCUM and you're looking for a good non-toxic server to get started on, come check us out. Check out the Discord link It'll take you to the server rules page. Make sure to read those and then get in touch with one of the admins that are listed on that page, and somebody can get you set up with the password. And then we've got my wife's YouTube channel, where she does a variety of videos, including ambient rain videos, comedy videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational content on various haunted locations, as well as some evidence that we have captured on our investigations because we are amateur paranormal investigators. And then we do family live streams over there where we play games like Phasmophobia. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, please go check out her channel. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.